Hey everyone, it's Kinsey.
And Cody.
Welcome back to How We Do It.
How we do it? Grab a seat, coffee life, and chaos meet. With Milo and Scout, we're by your side. Here for the ride in 2025.
We're finally here.
We're finally here again. I feel like we always say this.
It's been a long, what's it been, like
2 weeks? 3? I don't know. It's been a couple weeks.
I think it's actually been a month because I was looking on the YouTube.
Oh gosh.
The YouTube page.
We have a good explanation. We'll explain it. It's been, a lot's been going on. It's been overwhelming. First and foremost, the setting's different here. We're kind of calmer today. The lighting's different. Yeah. We got a candle burning. The lamps are on.
Yeah. It's
ambient
nice.
lighting. It is nice. We should always do this.
We should. I like it dark with a lamp burning or just no light at all. I don't know. I guess that's weird, but that's just what I like to do. Bright lights, they hurt my eyes.
Well, I think if you like big lights, you're a psychotic person. Personally, I think you're weird. We're probably not going to be friends. But no, like for real, that's the big debate. You're either a big light person or a small light person. And if you're a big light person, you're crazy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But my job is also to stare at a computer screen all day long. So I'm like, the last thing I want to do is have big lights in my face.
Yeah, so speaking of computers, one reason why it's been a while since we have got to hang out with you guys was Kinsey's MacBook bit the dust. It had a good run, but unfortunately it crashed, and so after shopping around, building the new MacBook, and it's finally here, we are back with you guys.
Yeah, finally.
Finally.
Oh boy, my bank account cried a little bit. I can't speak. I cried a little bit. I've had that computer for a really long time, so it was time for an upgrade. But it put us behind on filming, and then there was a passing in my family. Yeah. I call them family because they've been in my life since I was 13.
From Seattle, right?
From Seattle, yeah. So Ann and Allie were the moms of my very first high school boyfriend. I dated him for a whole, I don't know, like a month and a half, 2 months. I remember our moms didn't want us to break up because we just bought Christmas gifts for one another. And I was like, we both were over it, I think. It was, high school drama. Anyways, but our moms would like chaperone on dates, or we'd all get together, and our families just headed off. And Seattle personally was a very just dark, heavy time for my family. And Ann and Allie just made it such a wonderful time. I mean, I remember we did boo baskets for each other. It would be Halloween, and we would ding dong ditch each other. It was Christmas, and we'd get little baskets and gifts for one another. I remember our Starbucks dates and run-ins and things like that. And
which Starbucks is home base in Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Does it taste any different? I'm just curious.
No,
I've always wondered that.
No, it's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to the first original store.
That's cool.
They have a gum wall there too. I think that's so gross.
Like people.
Yes, it's an entire
gross.
wall.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to go there anymore.
No, Seattle. Here's the thing. See, the one thing is Washington so pretty. It just made me so sad because it rained all the time, and it just was tough weather-wise. But it's a beautiful, beautiful state, and plenty of beautiful people that I met. But yeah. So, anyways, we talked about Allie on a podcast episode. She was diagnosed with cancer end of last year, and we were promoting, do this, cheek swab, and you could be a match. It could save her life. Well, there were some complications, and I think it was 2 Tuesdays ago. I don't even remember. Time's been weird lately, but Tuesday morning at 1 a.m, I got a call that Allie passed, or my mom called me because Ann just told her. And that was a very heart-wrenching call. I think for me, part of me felt silly because I hadn't been around them in the same state for quite some time, but they just were the first people to cheer my sister and I on if we had anything going on. Like, they were so involved in supporting us and loving us cheering us on. They are the most loving people, and they just would do anything for you. And Allie just loved people. The people she loved them fiercely, and she loved them well. And sorry, it's a hard thing to process. I think, we lost Cody's pop the week of our wedding.
Yeah, funeral on Monday and our wedding on the Saturday.
Yeah, and it's so weird. I feel like our life is like one big roller coaster of just like very high highs and very low lows. It almost feels like we get a win and then we're hit with something, but that's just life,
Yeah.
It's just part of it, and death just sucks. Like, it just does. There's
It doesn't matter like how old the person is, how young the person is. Like, death.
It just sucks. It sucks. It's hard. And so Allie for me was, I've never lost a grandparent. I've never really lost anybody that I cared and loved in that way. And so losing Allie was a blow. And I think too, I'm just heartbroken for Anne and their son Colton and their families. And it feels weird. And I think another thing I'm beating myself up about is I got these like wine stoppers made with my wedding bouquet, and I was sending it out to people, a couple people like my grandparents and my aunt and Allie, and I just got so busy I never put it in the mail. It just was sitting in my guest room, and I just, through the transition of jobs and stuff going on, got busy, never sent it. And I had a thought 2 weeks before she passed, like, what if I don't send it in time? And I just never did. And I, been beating myself up about it, but I think the main thing I'm reminding myself is simply, okay, well, what I can do is remind myself to love people the way that Allie loved others. If anything, it's taught me that, and show up for people the way that Allie showed up for me and my sister. So I'm choosing to take that and run with it, and try to give myself some grace. But it's a good reminder, terrible reminder, honestly. It's that life's short, and it's too short to not love others, no matter what.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get to meet Allie. I did, however, I think we might have FaceTimed them a couple times, and I've spoken to them on the phone, and just in short conversation with them, I can tell that they're just the most loving, just supportive, and the nicest people. My biggest memory of Allie and Ann for the short time that I've known them was when Kenzie and I don't even know if we were dating yet. If we were, it was early on.
We were dating, yeah.
We were dating, so I was over at her apartment, and Allie and Ann sent her a care package. And when Kenzie opened it up, I just remember seeing this beautiful drawing, like hand-drawn drawing of Milo, and it looked so real, and it was just beautiful.
It was a cute drawing.
Yeah, and just the care package, the stuff inside of it was just awesome. It was just a sweet gift and very thoughtful, and I was just like, wow, like these two ladies are amazing. Yeah.
So, that's where we've been, and I didn't want to film a podcast and be all goofy when it's not authentic, and I also just wasn't ready to talk about it. And then my computer situation happened, and having to replace that, and so we've just been juggling a lot. And I've never done this before, but it's been an overwhelming time, and one of my tattoos I got on our honeymoon is "Be Still," because a lot of my testimony is how God delivered me from my anxiety. But I wanted to read the scripture in case anybody else is having an overwhelming week, just because it's a good reminder. And it's Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. And it's a good reminder, simply, as somebody who is a doer, a fixer, a problem solver, I want to figure out what's wrong and come up with a solution, that it's not about being complacent, but it's about surrendering things to the Lord. And something as heavy as grief or just something as overwhelming as work or whatever it is that you're going with or dealing with, all the things. Surrender it to the Lord, and emotions are bad. Feel the feelings, grieve, process those things. It's important to. Jesus wept. God gets angry and gets jealous. Sit with those things, but then surrender it to the Lord. And so that's what I'm doing this week. And in the midst of grief and feeling overwhelmed and unsure about a lot of things, that the best thing we can do in these times is surrender.
Yeah, and you said earlier about the transition of work, and I don't think that we've officially announced to our viewers yet that last Sunday was, or your Easter Sunday was your last full Sunday on staff at Lakeview.
Yeah. So that's crazy too. I'm no longer on staff at the church.
Yeah.
I'm doing photography full time, which is really exciting. I think something I want to say is, if you know Cody and I, we're always going to be obedient to the Lord no matter what.
Yeah.
I think we may have spoken about how I'm transitioning.
No matter how hard it is.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I think on an episode we did speak about kind of like the transitioning that's happening, but we haven't spoken since the actual last day.
Yeah.
But it's been it's been great. It's been exciting kind of to see the business grow and getting to do something creative every day, which I love. And so it's been a really, really big blessing. But, like I said, we're always going to be obedient, and we just felt the Lord in it. And so we kind of are running with it. I'm running with it. Cody's been helping me shoot weddings, which I know we've talked about before. You're helping me shoot a wedding tomorrow.
We have 2 weddings this weekend. 2. We have one Friday, all day Friday,
and all day Saturday.
And all day Saturday.
And I'm so excited. Let me preface this by saying I'm so excited. I'm also crazy. I hope you wear comfy shoes.
You're not crazy. You're driven.
I am driven.
Yeah.
I am driven. Very motivated to do all things in excellence, especially if God's entrusted me with something. But yeah, so we have that this weekend. Busy weekend.
Yeah, so we're going to be, again, like we talked about this in our episode we did in Tennessee, decked out with this harness. I think I get to run the Super 8 camera again. I'll have my own camera.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty pumped about it.
Yeah.
As crazy as it is, but it's going to be fun, and I'm looking forward to being able to tell the story of these lovely 2 couples that are tying the knot and
it's so cool,
coming together as one.
Like, what a cool job. I think what's really special is the wedding on Saturday. I get to Cody actually gets to film Super 8 footage of a bride having a first look with her grandpa, and he's passing away from cancer, and he's on chemo just long enough to kind of stay alive, is what she shared with me. And what a honor that we get to preserve memories like that for people.
It's kind of a similar story to Pop and our wedding in a way. He didn't have cancer, but it's just kind of the emotions, because you've got on one side the most exciting day of your life, and then like the other side is like you're losing like the person you love, so. Or a person you love, not the person you love, but you know what I'm saying.
It's so hard. I think like as somebody dies, somebody else's life kind of goes on, and they're building a life, and one other person passes, and it's just the rhythm of life, but it's such a hard rhythm. And I think it's one of those things where navigating grief is just such a weird, tricky thing. But again, just kind of surrendering that back to the Lord, and I'm just feeling very honored that
for sure
that we get to help again preserve that for people, and those memories.
Memories, and it's something that she'll have forever that can be passed down to however long that they want to keep passing it down for. And it's just awesome. I'm excited about it.
And it's so crazy. Man, I have a painted card in the other room, and a friend of mine named Sherry, hi Sherry, painted me this card, and it was like a camera lens, and it was zoomed in, I believe, on like a mountain or this pretty landscape she painted. And she was like, you capture things, and you notice the little things, and she wrote on something about how cool it is that I get to like capture creation, and and I think about it all the time as a creative. God is the ultimate creative. Think about it. You know
I've
what
never
I
thought about
mean?
that,
Like,
but yeah.
he's the ultimate creative. He picked up his paintbrush and just started painting landscapes and just spoke things into existence because of his imagination. And what a beautiful thing it is to create alongside the creator. And I think as a creative, it may sound silly, but before I go into a shoot, I pray that like Holy Spirit will be with me and create with me, because how awesome is it that we get to do that alongside the creator. So that's just my little tangent. Thank you, Sherry, also for that card, because that was so sweet. But I think everybody's gifting, no matter what you do. You could be doing math. You could be an accountant. Okay, yeah, no, literally. Listen,
math will make me, Jesus flip tables. So math will make me flip tables.
Yeah. Listen, if you didn't cry around the kitchen table with your dad as he's screaming at you, what do you mean you don't understand? As he's trying to help solve a problem, you didn't really have a childhood.
Or you just paid someone to do your math homework.
Yeah, I didn't have that luxury. I didn't have that level of Cody influence, okay?
Anyways.
You just admitted to a crime, sir. Take back his high school diploma. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. It's all good.
I'm just kidding. No. Yeah, no, I met an accountant on this is the one shoot you didn't get to go with me on, but
that was this week, right?
Yeah, it was this week, and Brooke came with me, my friend Brooke, and it started raining, and it was the best shoot. It was their anniversary, been married 10 years.
And that was at Garvin Gardens,
Garvin
which
Gardens.
is where we got married.
Yes, I got to shoot in Anthony Chapel where we got married, and it was just so awesome.
Cool, yeah.
It was really cool, but he's an accountant, and I was like, you know what? Me and Brooke both were like, hats off to you. So glad somebody can do it, because we could not. We could not. We'd all be in trouble. You do not want us doing your taxes.
Yeah.
I'm chat GPTing what certain things mean. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Anywho,
yeah.
But I say that to say, no matter if you're an accountant or you're a painter or whatever, a teacher, you can invite Holy Spirit into all of that, and all of that matters. And we need all those people for different reasons, because I also could not be a teacher.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. I know I couldn't.
Could you imagine us teaching a class?
Gosh. I'm like one of the most patient people.
Oh, my Lord, he is.
And I can hold my anger in pretty
so well. I need you all to see the way he gets angry. It's so funny.
But I could not. I would not want to. I would not want to be a teacher in today's times.
I don't think ever, but yeah, certainly not in today's times. Listen.
Entitled little brats.
Okay, hold on. Let's be nice. They're not all that way. They're not all that way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That was just,
there's a lot of youth
drama.
kids we love.
There is. Yeah, but when I'm thinking of like the little kids that, are
like preschoolers picking their noses.
Are still chewing on crayons.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Like, that's only cute when it's your own kid, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways. Lordy. Anyways, the way he gets angry when the other night he accidentally spilled espresso beans all over the ground. I mean, I look over and he's like, oh.
I just measured it out and got the perfect 19 grams. And I picked up the portafilter and dropped it, and beans went everywhere.
And so anyways, he's like, and just starts pacing. Like, he just is pacing the floor. And I'm like, it's okay. We'll pick them up. It's okay. Hey, look, we're searching for our coffee. And it's so fun. It's like we're plucking off our coffee beans off of a coffee bean bush, which, how do coffee beans grow? I don't even know.
I was fuming. I was
like, but it's fine. We'll pick them up. It's kind of makes it an adventure. We get to spend time together picking it up. But he doesn't. This man never raises his voice. If he raises his voice at you, that's when you know you're in trouble, but he doesn't.
Like I've ever raised my voice at you.
No, you haven't, ever.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and then there's some other exciting news. We're heading back to Nashville.
Oh, I was like, where's he going with this?
Yeah, we're heading
Surprise!
Yeah, we're heading back to Nashville.
I'm wearing my Nashville sweater right now.
Yeah,
actually.
in 2-3 weeks, something like that, end of the month.
My family's moving. Woohoo!
Yes, and we have a wedding
Out there, yeah.
Out there too that
in
we're shooting.
October.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
I have an engagement session that I'm
yeah,
doing
it's
for
a good
them.
engagement.
Prior to the wedding, so I'm very, 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 very excited.
Yeah, we love Nashville. As I think we talk about Nashville every episode.
I do. I just love it. I love the atmosphere. I love the vibe. I love the amount of coffee shops. I love the amount of just like Christian coffee shops.
Yeah.
I love the outfits. I love how great of restaurants they have. The things to do.
Everything.
Yeah, it's fun.
Imogen and Willie, my favorite shop.
Promo. The hat. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag wish we were. Love that store.
Yeah, so good.
But yeah, so they're moving. They're going to be closer, which is exciting.
And I think your mom and sister are coming to visit us here for a little while too, right?
Yeah, they're coming here. They're driving cross country. And luckily they hired a moving company to help move because there's no way.
Yeah.
No way. But yeah, they're going to stay with us and then pick up and drive a little bit later, a couple days later to the rest of the way.
Which I'm kind of curious because I've always wanted to do this. I love driving. I love road trips. I've always wanted to drive, like leave here and take like Route 66 and drive all the way to California, you know, just to see the different landscapes and the beauty that, you know, America has. But also there's a side of me that flying is the only way to travel.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm like, ooh, this is uncomfortable after a while. My neck's in a weird position. My butt's going numb. I'm like, but at least in a plane, it's faster.
Yeah, I'm on both sides, but I don't know. I like the windshield time. I like the driving, and I just like seeing God's creation.
Yeah, that's fair. Speaking of driving, anytime we road trip anywhere, it's the worst time.
Oh, weather!
Weather is horrific.
We've driven through intense fog.
That was terrifying. We saw a semi truck
on fire with cars tangled up in it.
It's traumatizing.
I'm pretty sure we've driven through like 2 tornadoes.
No, we have.
We've driven through freaking ice where cars were sliding all over the road.
Yeah.
It seems like anytime we go anywhere,
it's just the worst.
It's chaos.
It's the worst. People have said it. They're like, why, how, why does this happen? And we're like, we don't know. Like, I don't know.
And then one time we made the mistake. We were driving to Chicago.
Oh, God.
And we were like, you know what? It's only a 12-hour drive. We can make it. And like we ended up leaving after work, of course, and driving all through the night, and it was
horrific.
Like taking toothpicks and holding my eyes open. I was just like, oh my gosh.
I was chugging energy drinks because I was like, I cannot fall asleep on him because he's struggling to stay awake, and if I don't keep him company, this could be bad. And so it was so bad, and I just remember I'm like, okay, what can we talk about? What do you want to talk about? And he's like, I don't know.
It's like AC cranked all the way down, blasting music up, and I'm like just hovering over the steering wheel like this, and I'm just like, oh my God. Yeah, it was miserable.
It was so bad. It was the worst time.
Never again are we driving through the night like this.
It was the worst time. And I think that's like what I love about us is I just feel like everything's so dramatic.
Yeah.
And it's like, for what?
And like, I'm a night person. Okay.
Yeah.
I really am. But I got up early. I worked all day. I, packed all the stuff up. We had Milo with us at the time. It was crazy. And driving all night, I was just, I was beyond gone. I was beyond tired.
Just like I'm tearing up because it's so funny. Wasn't funny then. It's funny now.
Yeah, like it was dark before we even left the state of Arkansas.
Yeah, and you went on a Crutchfield gig traveling to Tennessee, and you guys broke down
in Memphis.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah. Well, when the sun's setting down anywhere, it's scary.
Yeah.
And you're breaking down on the side of the road. And then they couldn't, I think it was a miracle.
We literally, like, because what happened was the bearings on the trailer went out. And so we pulled into a parking lot, and we had to unload the trailer to get to the jack. And so we had all of our gear out in this parking lot, and there were actual cars, like, circling around us, like, checking out everything we had. And so there was, like, me and a couple other guys were, like, taking turns trying to get this tire broke free to get the bearings off of it, and had other guys watching out for gear. Oh my gosh, it was
horrific.
It was
Anyways,
insane.
I was a nervous wreck the whole time he was texting me updates. I was like, dear Lord, never again. Yeah. So anyways, proves our point. Just a little bit of drama thickens the plot.
But yeah, I think that I'm glad that we're back.
Yes.
With you guys.
We're back.
We are going to get back to our consistent bi-weekly releases for you guys. What's it? Spotify, YouTube, the Apple Podcast.
All the things. And we'll get back to some lighthearted fun. But, hey, life's gonna life sometimes, so we're gonna be honest about it.
Yeah, and we just had to bring you guys up to date. We apologize that it's been so long.
Yes.
I know if you follow us on the social media stuff that we've tried to keep you guys updated through post, but sometimes that's hard to do as well.
Yep.
But anyways, we are thankful for you guys. We love you guys.
Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in to this week of How We Do It.
See you next time.
See ya. Bye.